Hey friend, welcome back to Everyday Energy. Today, we're gonna be totally standing up. We're gonna be focused on the hips, the low back, the hamstrings. You're gonna feel so much taller after this is over. You'll probably want a counter or a wall or something to hold on to, an emotional support object. But other than that, you're good to go, so let's jump right in. You might want something to hold on to, you might not, so give yourself some options. I'm gonna get a little closer to you. I'm gonna start hands on my hips, feet planted underneath me. Before we get going, take just a moment here and feel your feet on the floor. Maybe you drop your back pockets, soft knees, soft ankles. Be where your feet are, right? We're gonna start with an easy little march, picking up one knee and putting it down. Pick up the other knee and put it down. Now, if you're like me, you've got a good shift going here, side to side. If you're like me, you also might fall over, but that's okay. Driving it up, putting it down, driving it up, putting it down. Anyway, what I was saying is maybe we're gonna start to try to even out that shift side to side, really pushing your feet into the ground underneath you, like you're a kitten making biscuits. This is where holding on can help, but it's more of a challenge if we go without holding on to something. So feel free to switch it around. Whichever version you'd like today is the version you can take. If you want a little extra, you can go arms up overhead. Feel that sense of opposition reaching up as we press down into the floor. Maybe looking out across the horizon as we go. Good, how you doing? This is already a lot of work and we're just marching. Let's take one more each side, evening it out. Evening, what did I say? I'm gonna take this over to the wall so we can do a little more focused hip work. Kitchen counter works great here, back of a chair, but again, you could still balance. I'm gonna take my inside leg so I don't have to focus on balancing. I'm gonna lift my knee up just like we did. From here, I'm gonna keep my pockets even. I'm gonna drive that knee up just a little bit more, and I'm gonna put it down. Nice little bit of hip flexor work. Pick the knee up, drive it up a little more, put it down. Your knee might not be going as high as mine, and that's okay. The reason I'm being specific about the hip is because I don't want us to do this to get it up, yeah? Pick it up, drive that knee, and put it down. Pick it up, drive it up, put it down. Let's go two more. And last one. Push it up and down, same side. Now we're gonna leave the knee pointing down to the floor where it is. We're gonna go heel to glute. Really basic little hamstring curl. Curling in, putting it down. I'm giving you all angles here. Imagining that kneecap is very heavy. We're gonna use the strength in that hamstring, just like a bicep curl. This metaphor might help, it might not. If it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, ignore me. But we're gonna drag that heel up and in towards the glute, allowing the thigh to stay steady. You might not feel like you're going very far, and that's okay. This is very difficult. Super simple, not so easy. Okay, we're here for 3, and 2, and last one. And I'm gonna swing that heel forward, kickstand, send your hips back, stretching out. Ooh. You can hold on wherever you'd like to for the most support. Sending that tailbone back behind you like we're backing up into a narrow parking space. Stretching out your spine, top of the head down through the tail. Softening the shoulders, good. Easy micro bend in that extended knee. Breathe here with me for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Ooh, now we're gonna stretch out the quad. You might want to do a little rearrangement. I'm gonna curl my heel in towards my glute again, and I'm gonna reach for my ankle, that's all. We're gonna bring the knees towards each other, so this knee isn't floating out in space. It is connected, or at least relaxed, yeah? I'm gonna think about dropping my back pockets here, lifting up my front pockets, standing up straight. If you can't reach your ankle, no big deal. You can go ahead and kickstand that foot Tuck the tailbone underneath. You'll feel a little lift, a little length in the front of your body anyways. Or you could go somewhere in between. Maybe prop your foot up on your couch. This is all about the pelvis, so whatever works for you. We don't need to reach for this foot bind if it doesn't feel comfortable today. If you've got your foot in your hand, maybe you use it to allow your shoulders to soften. Maybe you even press the foot down into the palm just a little bit. Ooh, getting a little more out of this. Other than that, once you get that whole setup, your only job here is to breathe. One more big breath in. And on your exhale, let's let it go. Let's shake it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, give yourself just one moment of quiet here. We're gonna do that whole thing on the other side, but take a moment. I feel a lot more grounded on this leg. I feel a little taller, a little more stable. Just kind of interesting. You might not feel anything at all, and that's okay, but if you do, that is good evidence. I'm gonna switch my grip on the wall. We're gonna go back into these hip drives, picking up my other leg now, driving that knee up, little extra push, and lower. You might imagine that you've got a pillow here, and you're gonna push that knee into the pillow. It's providing soft resistance for you. Drive it up, little more, and down, good. You keep the rest of your body relaxed. That is always the difficulty when we're doing these things that are super simple, not so easy, is that the rest of my body likes to tense and crunch and hold on, and it doesn't need to. I'm gonna keep it relaxed and just make that work happen. I'll go one more here, and then we're switching to that hamstring curl. Here we go, heel to glute. Ooh, heel to glute. You don't have to go all the way back down to standing if you don't have enough room. You can just go from the kickstand. Or if maybe that helps you stay relaxed. I may not be setting a good example of this, but try not to pop this. Yeah, try to really feel that work happening in the muscle. Move through it slowly like a dance. It's not just the shape, it's not just the success of making this happen, it's the actual making it happen. Not to go all like, celebrate the process. It's the journey, not the destination on you, but unfortunately, womp womp. That's what we're doing here. Okay. I'm here for 3. And 2. And last one, I'm gonna slide that heel forward and we sink into this kickstand. Ooh, this feels extra good on this side. Good, settle and breathe. Nice, friends, see if you can find somewhere to soften. Maybe it's just your big toe, or maybe it's just your face, or maybe it's your knees, maybe it's your collarbones and your neck. Maybe it's your hands, you didn't realize they were gripping, but you can let go of that responsibility. Hips go back, 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 back. One more deep breath here, and on your exhale, let's stand it up. We're gonna reach for that ankle again. This is a quad stretch. I made it so complicated on the other side. It's a quad stretch, it's a hip stretch. Dropping that tailbone underneath you. There's a big difference between this and this, letting the knees hang heavy. If you can't connect with the foot today, remember we can put it up on a step. Really pivot that pelvis underneath you. I always picture the little crank on the bottom of a paper towel holder, you know? Ooh, I don't like to think about cranking when I think about the pelvis, but I think about that rotation underneath me. Stacking everything up, making it taller, letting the knees hang heavy. And breathe, but that's your job. more deep inhale. And on your exhale, let's let it go and shake it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your time. Thanks so much for being here today. Check the clock. This was a little bit of a quickie, in and out. Remind yourself how much difference just a few minutes makes. I hope you're feeling a little bit more alive, and I'll see you tomorrow.